martial arts. Also look at the cards that happened over the weekend. The card coming up tomorrow. The Ultimate Fighter that I had the season premiere this week, and everything else MMA.
You watched it?
I watched it.
I watched it with the sound off.
That is unbelievable.
Not on purpose, but I had to. I was at work.
It was good. It was actually enjoyable. But we'll get
So I
into
have no
that.
idea what they said. You'll have to tell me.
Well, you should have turned on subtitles.
I forgot.
It was all in a different language anyway. I can't tell you what all of them said because there's too many guys that speak different languages. We'll get into it, but it was like the Portuguese and the Mexican guy were having a conversation with each other, and the Mexican guy was saying, "Oh, it's no big deal. Portuguese and Spanish are very, very similar." And then they went back to the screen with them having a conversation, and the Mexican guy's talking about how his family does piñatas. They make piñatas, and the Portuguese guy's like Christmas trees, and the other guy's like no, like piñatas, like you hit it with a bat, and then like candy falls out. And he's like, yeah, Christmas tree. It was beautiful. So we'll get into that in a little bit. Yeah, sure, fuck it. Why not? It's a Christmas tree now.
That sounds like my type of Christmas tree.
I'm gonna start beating the shit out of my Christmas tree over here.
Like if presents fall,
Yeah, right?
That'd be awesome.
Thanks, Dad. You got me a broken race car. Big thanks to our sponsor, StrongboardBalance.com. Change the way you work out. Get on board, StrongboardBalance.com. Check out their Instagram for your chance to win one. And Dennis, what workout are you doing now?
I stepped up to the intermediate full body,
Which is what, 40?
the 40 minutes, but I took out the paddleboard thing because I just feel gay doing it. I don't know. My wife even has a weighted bar. She certainly does, but yeah.
Would that be your weighted bar?
No, it's her. That's a whole
You guys
different
do
thing.
This one looks like it's a double thing. Is that both of you on there at the same time?
No,
You have
that's,
to bend
that's
over
you.
in front of somebody?
No, that's the windmill.
You just stand there like this. We'll shoot
and as much balance. Hey, that's the windmill, and as much balance as you think you have when you have to bend over to touch your toes and come back up. I don't know if it's blood going to my head or anything, but it's the same thing as a flight of stairs.
So you feel silly holding a pole and stroking it side to side.
I don't feel it.
Right.
Yeah, that's a possibility. But so anyway, so
You need to hold the pole and stroke harder. Is what you need to do.
so anyway, so I put in the plank row, and like I said, I still put the push up in. So I'm mixing and matching.
So do you have to do like all of them? Is that the 40, or you just
You know
do
what?
just these?
I actually texted them, and they haven't answered me yet.
So we don't know.
So we don't know. But
Because I
I'm
would
just
assume
doing-
like you just do just these, and then you get 20, you gotta do all of them. You get 30, you gotta do all of these, and 40, you do all of these in one workout.
if that's the thing, then I'm not doing it right.
You gotta start back.
I'm
over.
going to do the 40 tonight, I think. Maybe like oldie or some high life. So check them
to
out.
church.
StrongboardBalance.com. Also, our second home is
say that.
MyMMAnews.com, right?
Yep.
There, that thing. Check them out.
Get
if you
yourself
want.
some bottle openers from
From
Walkie Craft on Etsy.com.
Or beard combs.
And other cool stuff. Yeah, he makes neat
Yeah.
stuff.
Make stuff like that.
Beautiful.
I've got an airplane taking off next door.
Yeah, dude. If that plane doesn't stop taxiing, I don't know what we're gonna do. That's the loudest damn airplane. We're right next to the airport. So.
They're buzzing the tower.
They're buzzing the tower.
Damn it, Tom Cruise.
Yeah, requesting a flyby.
Damn it, Tom Cruise.
Negative Ghost Rider, request denied.
Pattern is full.
All right, so I don't know what the fuck we're doing now. We're gonna have to
Jumping
off-
in the news, let's
move
go.
on here. Joe Silva suddenly is ready to retire.
I don't know if it's sudden.
No, I think he went to his broker and he was like, "I have this many shares, and what do you think? I'm really scared about this fighter union, and I'd cash out now and check into a hotel under an assumed name and lay low for a while."
Cocaine and hookers, buddy.
I suggest getting
I'm not saying
convertible
that,
and
though.
going towards Las Vegas.
He lives in Virginia, by the way,
Whatever, man.
and works in Vegas.
That's my Via con Dios. Cocaine and hookers.
He's been around since before, actually, the Tito brothers bought the UFC.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So rumors are that Sean Shelby will be taking over. Sean Shelby usually deals with the women's weight classes and anything lower than 155.
Yeah.
Who used to be the president and matchmaker for the WEC. It's interesting to see. Like I said, I want to know what kind of fights are going to be coming up. I mean, we've had decades of, Joe Silva making all the matches.
Right. I want to see a more internet-based
Like
matchup,
voting.
like a voting system.
Like a voting
where
system?
everyone gets to vote on who gets to fight next.
That's never going to work.
So we can have Brock Lesnar fighting Ronda Rousey. That kind of
In
stuff.
a double threat tag team match with
Yeah.
Conor McGregor and the Diaz brothers.
That would absolutely happen as well. You can't leave it in the hands of us idiots.
And then it's going to be one UFC cage on top of another UFC cage and it's going to be the Thunderdome.
Is this real?
I like it.
It will be once we start voting on fights.
Can we have
And they fight in this top one, and then they have to fall down to the bottom one and
Yeah, no, you have to
continue
get
fighting.
slammed
Or you have to work
through.
your way back up.
No,
you work your way up?
I think you have random portals and you don't know where you come out.
Oh,
Like
I like
slides?
It. I like
yeah,
it.
yeah.
Like tube slides that just drop you somewhere else in the
No,
cage?
like actual portals.
Like an actual portal?
Like the
Yeah,
video
that's
game
terrifying.
Portal.
Yeah.
That's terrifying.
Like, I'm
Exactly.
going into this room.
He knows
Nope,
what I'm
I'm kind of in that room, too.
Yeah. No, because then you dematerialize and then you rematerialize with your ass backwards, like on Spaceballs.
Why didn't anybody tell me my ass was this
Yeah.
big?
And then it's just a mess. And then you got to learn how to fight all over again. Yeah. All right, Rockhold.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
It's all focus.
I don't know if
Focus.
this is a troll story or not from Luke Rockhold, but Luke Rockhold says he's doing well. He's in New York for Fashion Week, and he has big contracts coming up right now that he may take some time off to be a fashion model.
Well, how much is he making on the Reebok deal?
I don't know.
Because, I mean, maybe he's going to got a big contract where he's going to get paid more than the Reebok deal.
You just think you're just going to drop fighting to become a male model?
No, he just said take some
I
time
mean,
off. That
Zoolander
doesn't mean-
does breakdance battles, but that's totally different.
I think it's entirely possible because I've seen the way even like how my neighbors react to Luke Rockhold when he shows up on the screen. It's possible he could get some serious money for a couple CK ads and then jump right back into training.
All right.
Why not?
All right.
If I'm getting like lower tier Reebok money for my fights, fuck it then. I'm gonna if somebody offers me a modeling contract with Calvin Klein, I'm all over it. It's never gonna happen to this guy.
No, not at all.
Just saying if in some alternate universe where squat ugly people get modeling contracts, fucking unathletic, unappealing people go like, yeah, be the face of our new jeans. No, it's not gonna happen.
NARP.
But NARP,
Yeah. Non-athletic regular person.
yes. Great, I'm a fucking NARP.
Fucking narp.
I got that from the One Man Thrill Ride. He's a pro wrestler, wants to be a pro wrestler, and he came up with that. Everybody else is a NARP.
NARP.
I'm like, makes sense.
NARP. NARP.
Snarp.
Just change the name of the podcast to NARP.
No, we
There
are
you go.
not.
NARP.com.
Jon Jones is getting sued by a fan for his removal of at UFC 200.
Is that like negligence? Is that what he's getting sued
Sean
for?
Slattery has filed a lawsuit in San Diego saying that Jon Jones, his managers, are charging him with concealment, negligent misrepresentation, and negligence.
All right.
He said he bought 4 tickets for the express purpose
Is this
of
the
seeing
same-
a unification bout between Jon Jones and Daniel Cormier, and just before the fight, Jones was dropped from the fight because he had learned he tested positive for banned substances. He was robbed and defrauded the value of his tickets, in which he suffered both economic and non-economic harm as a result of his actions in violating anti-doping regulations. He says Jon Jones failed to disclose other controlled substances, and by doing so, he was negligent to the relevant testing officials, which had deprived the plaintiff of the value of his tickets. He also further argues that they created a duty to act. The management created a duty to act responsibly, including but not limited to refraining from the administration of banned substances to Jones or failure to disclose prescription medication to the testing officials.
Well, it's interesting because
Only in America.
he's not going after the UFC because of the whole card subject to change thing that they have
Right.
on everything. But
But
he's
he's
going
saying
after
it's Jon Jones' fault.
Well, because Jon Jones knew what he was doing.
Yeah.
So I guess he kind of. I wonder, is this the same guy that's suing Suicide Squad for lack of Joker in the movie?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
But there is an armed robber that's suing somebody over in California over injuries he occurred while fleeing the scene.
Awesome. Gotta love the frivolous lawsuits. We'll follow this case and see how it plays out.
Yeah. There's also an animal rights group suing on behalf of a monkey for ownership right of selfies that it's taken with a camera.
I thought he won. I thought the monkey won that
I
case.
don't know.
If I remember correctly, the monkey won that case.
Are you serious?
If you take a picture, it's yours. So if the monkey picked up the camera and took selfies with it, it's the monkey's.
You can't sell those pictures. You can't sell those pictures.
So the guy who put the pictures online was actually violating the monkey's, I don't know,
my God.
something.
Animal rights.
Privacy? I have no idea. I don't know
Does
how it
monkey
works.
have privacy?
I don't know what a monkey has, man. It's in a zoo. It's in a zoo.
You know what? I'm a goddamn liberal, but sometimes people make it very fucking hard.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of sharks that get jumped. Moving on to
Tito Ortiz. Tito Ortiz has decided that he is no longer going to call out Hoist Gracie.
okay.
He's instead going to call out Rampage or Fedor at 205.
I would watch Tito and Rampage just for the hell of it.
I would too.
Yeah,
Would you watch him fight Fedor?
Oh yeah, I'd love to see that.
I'd watch anybody fight Fedor because you never know what's gonna happen. But I'd like to see Rampage like powerbomb Tito. That's
They're
where
pretty
I'm
sweet.
leaning. Yeah, that's where I'm waiting for that one.
They're pretty sweet. He says, though, they both have to come to 205 because that's where he's been his whole career.
Could Rampage do that?
He fought at 205 most of his career.
Yeah, okay, that's what. Yeah.
Like,
I thought he was heavyweight in Pride.
no.
Ah, all right. Fedor's heavyweight though.
Fedor was heavyweight.
Right, so they want him to get. Yeah, he'd have to come down to 205.
But Fedor could go to 205.
Fedor fights at like 236.
Yeah, he's never had to cut weight because he always won. But he could easily make 205.
Would they let him carry a huge helium balloon
Yes.
to weigh in?
Yeah, they just tie it to his massive balls.
All
You
right.
seem to know an awful lot about people's nut sacks.
Hashtag my balls.
Hashtag my balls.
Hashtag my balls.
Ow, my balls.
I still can't believe Joey's throat baby made it to the hashtag.
Dana White says he will not strip Conor McGregor of his belt, but he has to make a decision whether to drop his belt or defend his belt. Anybody get that?
No.
I'm not going to strip him, but he has to make the decision.
Hey, I don't want you to put any water in the bucket, but could you please fill that bucket with water?
Right?
I'm not going to take it from you, but you need to decide if you're going to defend it or drop it.
So I don't have to take it from you.
So Conor says, okay, I'm going to defend it eventually.
Sometime.
So there's no like time frame stipulation on this?
No.
Well,
I was going to.
I was gonna.
I was fixing to funna.
Dumb.
There's rumors he might fight Eddie Alvarez at the Madison Square Garden.
Okay,
card.
if he fights Eddie Alvarez and take his belt.
You don't want to have him be the 2-belt champion first time ever?
He's tied at the 145 belt for too long.
So if he has to fight for another belt, he has to drop it.
No, I guess you're right. He can be the 2-belt champion and then strip him.
Right. Strip him of the other one, unless he defends it right away.
But what's he going to do then if he's never defended a belt at
Ever.
all? Right.
Ever.
So then what if he becomes the 2-belt champion and then he just go sit on a couch?
No, he's going to go to like 170 or 185. Go for that belt.
Just go 205, man.
And then he's going to retire and go to another organization. He doesn't defend belts he has.
Right. But he can't retire and go to another organization if he has fights left on his contract. We've learned that. Let's see.
GSP says he is ready. He says the UFC knows what I want. It's just waiting for the deal. And the big part of it has to do with the Reebok money.
Yeah.
He says my contract was made before the Reebok deal. Basically, if I come back, there's no way I can advertise my sponsors. I'm losing a lot of money if I go back to fight on my own terms. I've given them a reasonable terms. It's up to them. We're waiting to hear back from them.
So the UFC is going to have to make up the money he's losing from his sponsors.
Probably. Dana White says that GSP doesn't want to fight. He's like he's not a fighter anymore. He just doesn't see it. However, GSP heard this and he says, you know what? He doesn't know anything about me. He's like, I'm a smart guy. I'm not the kind of guy that you're going to say that about. I'm going to say, okay, sign right here. He's like, I'm not going to fight for peanuts. He's like, I'm a smart person. It doesn't work like that. He's like, and let me tell you something, Dana. Let me fight once, and you'll see in the first minute of the fight that you are wrong.
Yeah, well, that's what Dana does, though. Is
Yeah.
he says shit like that to start a little fire under him.
Yeah,
Right.
And just again, like GSP says, just to sign the contract. You think?
Yeah.
You mean, just
but he won't do it. I mean, GSP knows how much money he's losing. He knows what he's worth. The UFC knows what he's worth. The comeback fight for GSP is going to put some serious money in their pockets. So I think it makes sense for them to go ahead and make up the money he's losing from not having sponsors.
It's going to be very interesting.
Yeah, it'd be silly of them not to. But GSP also said that he's willing to walk if they don't make a deal.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
He'll go somewhere. I mean, Rory already went to the Bellator.
Well, is GSP after how long he's been gone? Is he still under contract with them?
I believe they still have the rights to his contract. Yeah, it'd be like the Gina Carano thing, where they come back, or they have the right to match the offer and say no, you have to fight here, or they can let him go.
Yeah,
but he's
okay.
allowed to get offers.
Okay.
I mean, I don't see why they wouldn't be able to get an offer.
Well, the whole Randy Couture thing was.
That was pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Let's see. We have 2 fighters leaving their camps. Joseph Benavidez is no longer with Team Alpha Male.
Really?
He has left Team Alpha Male since Justin Bullshorts has taken over.
Is that a real name?
As one of the head coaches. Yeah, he is a...
Is he fighting this weekend?
Benavidez?
No, Justin
Mo.
Schultz.
No.
It's a very similar last name fighting this weekend.
Yeah. He said that basically he hasn't trained since he took over as coach. He didn't give him a chance. They have this whole new kind of program, and he's rumored to go and train with Dwayne and Dillashaw out in Colorado.
Interesting.
So you have that, and then you have Claudia Gadela has left Nova União. She got into an argument over her fight camp after her loss with Joanna, and she got in an argument with her coach about how she felt her camp went, and basically ended up walking out. She's
Really?
not going to go train in Nova União. She started her own very creatively named Claudia Gadea's MMA and Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu Academy in Pennsylvania, where she is also the head coach for herself.
And we've seen how well that's gone in the past with other fighters.
Yeah, and you can't blame she did really well for who she was fighting and how long she fought as a zombie.
She said she was unhappy with the training camp. She was unhappy how she was being handled at the gym, and said that it's possible that it was one of the reasons why she lost, and it could have cost her title fight. So she was unhappy. The coach got wind of it. They started arguing back and forth. She just decided to leave. She, like I said, opened her own gym in Pennsylvania. She will be fighting at Kimura Nova União, which is a smaller branch of the original Nova União in Brazil, when she goes to train for her next fight.
Well, I mean, like I said, we've seen this time and time again where people go and start up their own camps, and they become, they're the best person at their gym.
Yeah.
If you're the best person at your gym and you're the best person you're training with, it doesn't end well for you typically.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting. Like I said, see how it works out for her.
Yeah.
We have UFC welterweight Augusto Montano has tested positive for clenbuterol. This is one of the out-of-competition testing that happened May 19th. This is, again, has to do with USADA investigating Mexico City for their tainted meat. He has been cleared of his failure. They're not going to basically...
It's a lucky break for him.
Find him. And there's a bunch of fighters. We obviously had talked about the 2 Chinese fighters who had the same issue.
Yeah.
So this is something, in fact, there is a fighter currently going on right now. Francisco Riviera says he was vacationing in Mexico for a month, and that's possible why he failed his test.
That's, what's interesting about this, and this is way off topic here, but the TPP, if it gets passed, then the origin of meat is going to be concealed. So I wonder how many athletes, just in general,
Are now going to get...
It would affect, yeah. Because what they got popped for, is that a violation of any other sports that you know of?
Well, yeah, I believe it follows the WADA standards. So
yeah, okay. So it's entirely possible that this meat could infect athletes from any sport.
Yeah,
if that happens, that's kind of a crazy thought for the future.
We also have
vote no on TPP.
If we get a vote on it.
Yeah, right.
UFC 200, or excuse me, UFC 202, we had UFC middleweight Alex Nicholson was caught using a racial slur against Hung Young Lim. In fact, who he ended up winning the fight. This is Alex Nicholson was cornering Mike Perry. Mike Perry, who won that fight against Lim, stopped with a TKO. Alex Nicholson was caught yelling. Basically, he can't even open his eyes.
And this is before the fight started. So it had nothing to do with him getting punched in the face.
Yeah. So the UFC basically has addressed the situation. They're disappointed in him. That they want them to basically act appropriately, ethical, and responsibly. He's been reprimanded. They informed him that if he has any future instances of this, they will pull him out of his contract. They'll terminate him for things like that. He says, look, it's been blown out of proportion. I was trying to hype up my brother. It wasn't for everybody to hear. It was just for him. It just happened to get caught on a mic.
I was just being quietly racist.
So, what do you guys think about this?
Hot mic.
Yeah.
Own up to it. You said it.
You said it.
Just own up to
Exactly. You said it. You did it.
Yeah.
There you go.
I say all kinds of stupid shit, but I own up to it.
You can almost just preempt it by... I'm Joey Bueller. I'm going to say some stupid shit.
Just expect it.
I'm about to say some stupid shit.
Yeah, about to say some stupid shit.
Yeah.
I've said shit on here that I regret, but it said...
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Like Joey's throat baby?
No, that's not. That's never going to be a regret.
No.
Never regret.
No regrets.
No regrets. That'll
Not even one.
That'll be on my tombstone. Here lies Joey and his throat babies.
I'd like to tell you, I'm not really into bathroom humor, Joey.
That's what you want on your pizza? Anybody else remember those commercials? What do you want on your tombstone?
Throat babies.
I think I liked it better when everybody was angry. Everybody's laughing. It's a whole different thing.
It's a whole different ballgame.
Yeah.
UFC on Fox.
Give me a shot of whiskey. We can go angry.
21.
No.
UFC on what?
On Fox. Do you want to do Bellator first since it was on Friday?
Sure, let's do Bellator.
Let's start a Bellator. Bellator.
Wait, we're not going to address CM Punk being over 200 pounds?
Because I don't think it's true.
Because he's pregnant?
Baby.
Yeah, but so you think it's all completely a troll?
All hype.
Yes.
So you want to talk? I love how Brandon's like, I hate when people troll us. So I'm not even getting a video.
I mean, the thing is, someone tagged us in a story on Facebook that says CM Punk did a recent interview when they asked him, "Hey, what's your weight at?" And he goes, "Over 200 pounds."
Which, did he even wrestle at over 200 pounds?
Yeah.
Oh, he did? I thought he wrestled at like 185.
No, he's probably about 200 pounds.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, I mean, this is like.
But it's like
on a radio station today. I heard a guy.
That's like asking Diaz. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
How much do you weigh right now? About 250.
Yeah,
I
right.
mean, come on.
That's what a lot of people think he's doing. He's pulling a Diaz.
Yeah, so we're not going to talk about the guy that's overweight. Like, we're not going to talk about the guy who won't stand up for that one song that the United States plays.
Right.
Right. Because if we mention his name, then we're actually giving him time.
And we don't want to do that.
Exactly.
I don't think it's because he's overweight.
No, I know, but I'm just saying.
I think he can stand it.
I'm pretty sure he can
I thought
stand.
that's why he couldn't stand. Too many pizzas. Too many tombstones. Tombstone pizzas.
Okay.
Bringing it back
Bringing it
to the
back.
Bellator. That happened over the weekend.
Main card.
You had AJ McKee get a submission win over Cody Walker in the second round, 32 seconds. Georgie Kazakhstan over Bubba Jenkins. I know that's not his last name, but I'm not even going to. Krakayan? I don't know. Do you know what? Fuck it. That's two tries. Quick crying. Gets a win with a KO punch in the first round of 53 seconds. And then Derek Anderson beats Saad Awad with a unanimous decision. And your final match, Benson Henderson. Bendo gets a win. TKO over Patricio Freire. But it was a leg injury.
Yeah,
So
I would say Freire was dominating the first round.
Yeah, he was doing
for
pretty well.
sure. And he hit him with, he got basically checked a low kick.
Yeah, he called the fight.
Yeah, he turned around and was like, no, my leg's broken, sorry.
No mas.
Started hopping like I can't. And here's the X-ray to prove it.
Whatever. I would take that win.
Of course, Bendo now gets a title shot, so he's definitely going to take that win.
Just like getting a gold medal in some of the BJJ tournaments.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just get them handed to you.
Just get him hands, you just move on. It's like it never happened.
Gold medal in BJ?
Yeah.
Yes.
BJ
At
tournaments.
a BJ tournament.
They get handed to him.
You said a mouthful.
All right, so what is
This is UFC on Fox 21.
21. So many numbers. Good night of fights, I thought. I enjoyed it. Jeremy Kennedy up against Alessandro Ricci. Went to unanimous decision on your Fight Pass. And then Chad Laprise up against Thibault Guti. You got Chad Laprise getting a win in the first round with TKO. That was on Fight Pass in case you didn't see it. And then jumping on to Fox for your preliminary card. Felipe Silva up against Shane Campbell. TKO in the very first round at a minute 13. And then Alessio Di Crinco, right? Up against Gareth McClellan. Split decision. Tight fight, man. Very close fight in favor of Alessio. Then another split decision in favor of Kyle Bochniak up against Enrique Brazola. And then you got a win at TKO.
Smiling Sam.
Smiling Sam walked away over Kevin Casey. Thank you.
I didn't like Smiling Sam's smiley face shaved in the back of his head. I just think he could have done better.
It was a really bad job.
Yeah, it could have been a better smiley face. Right. They make those like tattoo, like shaving things.
Yeah.
They do all the crazy designs now. Get it done.
do it right.
That's what we need. We need a barbershop
Yeah, we need to
sponsorship.
go to a real barbershop. Find a black dude. They'll help you out.
Come to Modesto, go to Talk of the Town.
Yeah.
Have them fade you up.
And then jumping onto your main card, you had Jim Miller and Joe Lauzon kick this one off. Split decision. Damn, I felt bad for Joe Lauzon.
I thought Joe Lauzon won that
A
fight.
lot of people thought Joe Lauzon won
Yeah,
that fight.
I think I posted earlier on our Facebook, actually, after the fight. They said, I think it was 90% of the media and everybody at home chose Joe Lauzon to win that fight over Miller.
Again, we need clear description of,
I thought he
of
took
what
round,
we're scoring.
I would say round 2 and 3.
I'll agree with that.
But he did get his win bonus. So he's back on top.
That was a great thing. He
Back
got
on
the
top.
bonus.
They got the fight of the night.
Yep, they got fight of the night.
Nice. Good job, guys. That was a great fight. Jim Miller definitely had round 1. I would say round 2 and 3 were Joe Lauzon.
Yeah.
I kind of had like a sinking feeling in my gut when they came up, and I was like, it's going to be a split. Miller's getting this. Paige Van Zandt got a big finish over Beck Rawlings, though.
Man.
The switch kick was dope.
The funny thing
she was
is,
not winning.
she was throwing those switch kicks the entire fight. The whole first round, she kept throwing it. She kept trying to throw it. And then Beck's like, nah, stop it. Stop it.
Stop.
I'm going to start punching you in the face every time you do that.
But do you
And she
in
caught it.
any
I
way
think she like
feel like
rolled her into it. She dropped her hand and just...
those other kicks were setting up that kick?
It's possible.
Yeah.
Like, to just where she thought, okay, I could take the kicks.
Right.
You know, Beck says, I could take the kicks. I've already taken the first, 6 or 7 she threw in that first round. There's nothing. And then, she threw the switch. She went to throw the kick. She dropped her hand and got caught with the next foot.
That was in slow motion. You see, like, she's got the block.
Yeah. She
And then
sees the
it's like-
switch. She goes to switch hands and gets hit on this side.
Oh, no.
And I didn't see her, in my opinion, I didn't see her go out. I don't think it was a KO, TKO for sure. I mean, she didn't look...
She did not recover.
She sat, she sat up pretty quick. But she, I mean, hammer
But
fists, though? Come on.
Those hammer fists are reminiscent of Brock Lesnar.
Yeah. I don't know what else to do.
Don't get back up. Please don't get back up. Don't get back up.
Exactly.
You were punching me in the face a lot.
So good for Paige. Well, who is the fighter? Was it Roy Nelson on the Ultimate Fighter? And he was like, I'm scoring points right now.
Yeah.
They're not defending. I'm scoring points.
Right.
Doesn't have to be hard. Just has to connect. Anthony Pettis had an amazing debut up against Bronx Charles Oliveira.
Hey, when he actually walked out, he looked like he put on some weight.
Yeah. We were wrong.
We were wrong.
Just, hey, man, those photos.
I didn't pick a single winner on this
Again,
card.
those photos are tough to say, but when you look at a photo like that, and he looked bad.
He looked bad.
like he'd just been liberated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then fucking Damian Maia
Backpack.
gets the win over
Old
Carlos
Jan
Condit.
Sport.
And Carlos Condit is now saying he doesn't know if he has what it takes to fight anymore.
I know.
I know. And that
He's
bums
now
me the fuck
questioning
out.
himself and saying, I don't know if I have what it takes to fight anymore.
After the last fight, he had said,
Yeah, the last two fights, he
Yeah,
said,
I'm
I don't know how
really-
much I'm going to hang in there. I
Yeah,
want a big
right.
money fight, but I don't know what I want to do.
right.
Fight Donald Cerrone.
Yeah, I'm down with that.
Just do that. Put that in on the same one. What are they talking about with
I heard that they're trying to
Wonder Boy?
put together Lawler Cerrone.
Is it Lawler Cerrone? Ah, shit. I was gonna say put it on the same card as Lawler, but that's.
Yeah, they're trying to make Lawler Cerrone, I believe.
I mean, I'll watch that too, but I want to see the Natural Born Killer and Donald Cerrone fight.
Throw. Yeah.
Yeah, I really, really want to see that matchup.
I've also heard rumor, and I'm surprised that nobody's confirmed any of this yet. But like Diaz, the Nick has basically told Zayna, you don't have enough money, and there's nobody I'm interested in fighting.
He does have enough money.
I don't know.
Eventually, there will be a dollar set on the table.
What's the dollar you think? So now his brother's
His
made.
brother got two.
No,
well,
I know, but
show money. He got two.
show money, but close. His brother has cleared pretty close to 18 million off this last fight.
Are those the new numbers?
Those are the new numbers.
Wow.
Because I didn't realize, like, you got all these little cities that still got to turn into, like, it's like a big ass beef jerky sale. you gotta wait for everybody to turn in their numbers, of who collected money for the pay per view.
Oh, wow. Yeah, because they got huge bonuses off the pay-per-view buys. Both of them did, like over $11 million each. Now, there's somebody, I tell you right now, there's a number out there for Nick to
10?
come back to.
I mean, just
No,
show
money.
up 10.
If he gets $2 million to show up like his brother did, I think he'll take.
No,
that.
he'll take 3 or 4.
Because I don't look at it like Nick or Nate made this amount of money. I think you have to look at it like Team Diaz just made $18 million. So to get another fight from Team Diaz, it's got to be. I'm thinking 5 to 8.
I'm thinking he'll take the 2 because he sees how much his brother cleared on taking 2. So wow, I mean that's more money than they've made ever.
Do you think
Nick's made that money. He's made at least $1 million a fight.
No,
Minimum.
but 18.
I'm saying show money. He's made $1
buys and
million
everything.
show
Yeah, no,
money.
I agree
Right,
with that.
right.
Like, how much did he clear from the Anderson Silva fight? Do we know? Anybody? Because he was in Vegas for a long fucking time.
But their pay per
He's in Vegas right now.
yeah, but
Somebody just took a picture of him last night in Vegas.
their pay per view wasn't even in the top 5, right?
Still.
And see, and really the pay per view is where Nate and McGregor have made the money.
Yeah.
Yeah, the pay-per-view buys. So you do GSP's comeback and Nick's comeback against each other.
Right.
There's a shitload of buys right there. You offer him 2. He knows he's going to get around 18 like his brother did, which is more money than he's ever made on a fight. And he's back. It'll happen. I have no doubt in my mind it's going to happen.
Where does Condit go from here? Do you think he skips Wonder Boy?
I don't know, man.
Do you want to see a title eliminator between him and Wonder Boy?
Or
does Wonder
No,
Boy-
I want at this point I want to see Wonder Boy Woodley.
Okay.
Yeah, I want to see Wonder Boy
So-
Woodley too. I just don't want to see Condit go.
GSP comes back. He says he will fight title shot against Woodley, or he will fight. He's cool with fighting Maia. He will fight.
Maia doesn't want GSP.
He will fight. Who else did he say?
It'd be
Nick.
the battle of two backpacks.
He said he'll fight Nick, but he says he refuses to fight BJ Penn ever again.
Because he greases.
freaking greasers.
He says because he wants a fight that's going to elevate him in his career. He's
Right.
like, coming back, I need to have a fight that's going to make me money or elevate my career.
Well, that's Nick and GSP then. Because Maia's not going to fight him. I don't think he's going to get an immediate title shot coming back.
I don't think so.
I mean, he did vacate his title technically, right?
true, yeah.
So, I mean, maybe that would work
possible.
marketing-wise. The guy who
They keep trying to give it to Ronda,
Yeah, it's true.
and she didn't vacate. She lost.
Well, tell us what you think on our Facebook at Split Decision MMA Podcast on Facebook.
See, and I think that's the biggest number is the day Ronda comes back.
Dana White said this week that hands down, when Ronda comes back, it'll be the biggest pay-per-view they've done.
Yeah, and I think it'll be equal. People
I mean, Joey will owe me $20.
People who want to see
You're
her.
gonna owe me 10.
And Dana's gonna be
CM Punk's 200 pounds right now. He ain't fighting next week.
No, but I
don't care if he lasts 2 seconds. As long as he gets in there and they go, fight, you owe me money.
Damn it.
Yeah, I think with her, you're not only gonna get the people who want to see her come back, but you're gonna get the people who
want to see her
believe
lose.
is gonna see her lose.
Yep, hands down.
I guess time will tell on that one. I still don't think she comes back, and I don't think CM Punk fights a week from tomorrow. The Ultimate Fighter did premiere this week. It's the Ultimate Fighter Season 24. I'm excited for this one.
Tournament of Champions.
I didn't know they were doing it tournament style, bracket style.
I didn't know either.
That surprised me.
Not only that, I didn't know. Nobody knew they were seeding it except for the UFC. They didn't tell anybody that.
That's wild.
Pretty crazy.
They've done this once before, right?
They've done a seeded tournament before.
Yeah.
Which they did with the girls.
Right, okay.
Right, to find out who was going to be the first strawweight champion.
Right.
But they weren't all champions. They were just
No.
Invicta.
But I'm saying the bracketed stuff. They've done the seeded bracketed tournament.
I don't remember them ever doing a seeded tournament other than with the girls.
Yeah, so they've done it before with the girls.
Yes, when they figured out who was going to be the first ever 115 champion.
Yeah.
But I'm saying this is the first time we have all champions
and that's awesome.
getting seeded. Yeah.
What was the one where they had the second chance for like all the UFC fighters?
Ultimate Fighter 4. They brought in a bunch of guys who have already fought in the UFC
Right.
that were kind of on the downswing of their career.
Right.
And they said, you get a chance. It wasn't seeded. It was still picked, and they still got to
But that was the first time they gave the winner a shot at the title, right?
first time they ever gave a winner
yeah,
a shot
and
at
that
the
was
title.
Matt Serra. We know what happened there.
Yeah. Matt Serra and...
GSP.
Yeah, and then there was Anderson Silva against Travis Lutter, and Lutter screwed up because he missed weight. So
Yeah.
it became a non-title fight.
That's right. That's right.
Remember?
You remember.
Yeah.
So great night, 2-hour premiere. I won't bore you too much with all the stuff that went down. You watched with the sound off? Did you guys watch it at all?
No, I still haven't seen it yet. I have the DVR.
So what I thought was crazy is that it was seeded, and the coaches didn't know it was going to be seeded, so they get
Right.
to pick. You don't get your pick. It's like, you're going to pick this guy? Okay, he's number one. They didn't tell him what number he
No.
was.
Once they picked,
Then
if
they
you
would
got the
tell
number
them.
1 seed, then your opponent got the number 16 seed.
yeah.
And it went on like that, and that meant Henry Cejudo lost his training partner, teammate, and good friend because he picked the number 1 seed, and so his friend, the number 16 seed, went to the other team.
Yep.
Which Henry Cejudo was really broken up about. The picks, they went whatever. It looked pretty evenly matched as far as the teams go. We had one guy, Terrence Mitchell, was upset because Kai Kara France was actually the last technical pick, and he was set up with Terrence Mitchell from Alaska Fighting Championship, so that made him the last one to come off the floor.
Yeah.
And he was upset about that because he thought that he wanted to represent better than that, wanted to represent Alaska Fighting Championships, was talking about how many fighters have come out of Alaska and trained in Alaska and all that stuff, and he really wanted to show that he was worth more than that. And then we told you about the Christmas tree stuff earlier, so I don't have to get back into that. So far, everybody's been really cool in the house.
Seems good. Yeah,
it's pretty
I'm
chill.
excited for this.
Very excited about it. They all seem to get along pretty well. There's a wall of belts they have set up in
pretty
there.
sweet.
Yeah, it's 16 belts because they all came in with their belts, which is pretty awesome. And they all basically squared off because they know who they're fighting against in the first round.
Yeah.
So your first fight that night was Henry Cejudo's friend, who he wasn't on Henry Cejudo's team, and the guy he had to coach.
Yeah, had to coach against his basically his partner.
Yeah.
That's
And,
tough.
So that was Brandon Moreno was his partner up against Alexandre Pantoja. And this was 1 seed versus 16 seed. And the kid who, Brandon Moreno, who is Cejudo's buddy, is young. He's 22.
Yep.
And he looks young. He's got that real young
Baby face.
bewilderment. The world is still full of fucking excitement and stuff. There's nothing bad happening anywhere. It's like when fucking.
He's in the natural time of his life.
Yeah, well, it's like when Feifel's family talks about how good America is in fucking in what is it, American Tail?
There's no cats in America.
There's no cats in America. All the fucking streets are paved with gold and shit.
Yep.
That's what Brent Moreno reminded me of. And I was like, this poor kid is in for a rude ass awakening, and he gets in against Alexandre Pantoja, and the first round was like,
And it was
wow.
a cat.
It was a cat.
Oh, he got took out by the gato.
But the gato. But it was a
It was a
great
good fight.
Brandon Moreno looked actually really,
Hung in there.
really good. He hung in there till the second round, ended up getting submitted, but damn, did he really put on a much better show than anybody expected, except for Henry Cejudo.
Yep.
Cejudo was saying, you know what, I'm not going to coach my guy in this one. I'm not going to coach my buddy either. But this could be a time where you see a 16 seed upset a 1 seed, and it came close.
Yeah.
If it could have gone to decision, I still think Pantoja would have won.
Right.
But there could have been a reason for a round 3 too.
For sure.
So we got Pantoja moving on, and then you had
Terrence Mitchell.
Kai Kara France and
Yep.
Terrence Mitchell, your 8 and 9 seeds respectively. Kai Kara France is fast as shit.
Yeah.
This guy has lightning hands.
Yeah.
That's what a lot of people were saying. Like, I don't understand it. I hope when I see it, I mean, like, is this like speed like we've never seen, or
It was fast.
really?
Like when he's just standing in front of the camera, like in practice, and he's just kind of throwing his own combos, like shadow boxing or whatever. It was fast. I was like, had to stop and watch. Be like, wait a second, what am I watching here?
Because I mean, very seldom do you see that mentioned when people are talking about it, and then the next day it's like that was one thing that I seen in a lot of different forums, and then I started thinking, I was like, I'm wondering if it was like how they shot it, or if sometimes like they'll take like somebody who's gonna get booted, they'll do a piece on them.
Yeah.
So, and again, I haven't seen it yet.
For them.
Right. So you feel for them, but I mean, like, so it was just jamming, huh?
Well, yeah, it was really quick. Terrence Mitchell is 5'10" at this weight class, which is unheard of. It's like Corey Hill when Corey Hill
he's
did
super
the
tall.
155. Yeah.
So he's actually got long arms and he's fast.
No. Terrence
different.
Mitchell.
Oh,
is,
okay.
Kai Kara France is the fast one, and he's small. And it was like this towering Terrence Mitchell comes in. It's like, well, what's going to happen here? And it was quick. It was fast as lightning, dude.
Yeah.
Kai Kara France came in, clocked him, dropped him, was over.
He didn't even know where he was at.
Yeah, dude, it was just
He
like
didn't know where he was at.
these lightning hands. And it's one thing when you're shadow boxing, but to have that kind of speed when you actually get in the cage
And have power.
and have power is kind of terrifying.
Faster than Cody?
His shadow boxing,
Yeah.
I would say so. It looked weird because it's like they're shooting everything in high def now.
Yeah.
So when he was facing the camera, started throwing his hands really fast, it almost looked like it was edited to look faster.
They put a blur on it.
They put a blur on it. It's like that movie Only the Strong.
Yeah.
When they like cut out frame by frame to make it look really quick. Whoa. That's what it looked like. It was strange, but fast. So we'll see how Kai Kara France does in this. My pick is Damasio Page to win the whole thing.
Damasio Page to win the whole thing?
Yeah, we got some not
Tim
a lot.
Elliott, man?
Yeah, Tim Elliott's in there. So I was going to say some familiar names like Tim Elliott
I want
and
to
Damasio
see
Page.
number 5 here.
Number 5 is, and I'm waiting for them because
That's a good fight.
so we got some Spanish speakers in there,
Yep.
but we have some English and Spanish speakers in there, and then we have Portuguese, and so the Spanish and Portuguese can kind of try to figure things out. But then you got Japanese, that nobody in there can fucking speak. You got the guy from Russia, but he can speak English, not a big
Yeah.
deal. But the Japanese guy can't speak a word of English.
Yeah.
Like they had to point at shit for him. So when does the translator get there? Because he's gonna have to fight.
Yeah, I mean, if Tito Ortiz can bring in one for Matt Hamill, somebody can bring one in for this guy.
Yeah, exactly.
Just saying.
They have to. It's just not going to be fair for him otherwise. He's fighting out of Shudo, which is a very well-known organization. We also have Tachi Palace being represented.
Yep.
So there's not a lot of fighter names you might recognize aside from Tim Elliott and Damasio Page, but you have to know what Shudo is. We interview people from Tachi Palace in here
Legacy
all the time.
fighting.
Legacy, of course. The AFC, the Alaskan Fighting Championship. And then we got Zulu from Extreme Fighting Championship in South Africa.
It's pretty cool.
I can't remember. Does he speak? He speaks English.
He speaks English.
Yeah, he speaks English. But a lot of different languages, a lot of countries represented, and it's a really cool concept that I'm excited for because it's already been
Does
fun.
this revitalize the Ultimate Fighter for you?
For me,
Does
it
this
does.
revitalize the Ultimate Fighter in general?
For me, it definitely does. It debuted with the lowest ratings of the Ultimate Fighter, but I think that's because people have lost so much interest.
I don't think people understand either that I didn't see hardly any marketing for Tournament of Champions. This is the best of the world we've taken.
Yeah.
Hardly anywhere. I haven't seen advertisement forever.
I didn't even realize it premiered this week until like fucking Tuesday. I was like, oh shit, that's tomorrow.
Yeah. So I think once people kind of catch on and know, like I had people watching, at the bar, and they're asking me, they're like, "What? Oh, it's the new season. Yeah, what's this season?" I said, "Oh no, these are the top guys. This is a champion from every organization at 125 that's not the UFC." And they're like, "Oh shit!" I guys sit there and watch the whole 2-hour episode that they had already finished their meal and they just caught it when it started, and they continued to order beers because that was something they were.
See,
like,
and again, that's where I'm at. I mean, have they finally figured out that if they need to do some creative
They
editing?
have to.
They have to cause some draw.
Yeah, I think so. And I also wonder how much they had to pay to get some of these champions to come out.
Yeah.
To put their belts on hiatus, not the fighters, but the organizations.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, because this last one with Gadela and what's her name, I mean, towards the end, it was more of a soap opera than anything.
Yeah, and
I
plus
mean, it wasn't even about. I mean, it was about the fighters,
right?
But it wasn't about fighting.
It was lambs to the slaughter too, considering it was so one-sided as far as the team thing went.
Right.
Coming down this weekend, you also have UFC Fight Night 93. I believe this is only on Fight Pass.
Only on Fight Pass.
And it starts, the Fight Companion that Joe Rogan does starts at like 11:45 in the morning Pacific time.
Yeah.
So
if you don't have Fight Pass yet, you can sign up for the trial.
There you go.
And then hurry up and cancel.
And then hurry up and cancel. You just want to do the main card, or you want to do the whole thing?
Just do the main card.
If you got a Fire Stick,
thank you.
Other than we will say our girl Ashley Evans Smith is fighting on the undercard against Veronica Macedo,
which is cool. Very cool for her to be doing that. So we'll just do your main card right here. Nick Hine is going to be against Tae Hyun Bang. Anything?
I'm gonna take Bang.
Bang. All right. I'm with you. Ryan Bader up against...
Still alive. I didn't even know he's still on the roster.
Oh yeah, Bader's there.
Bader's always
Darth
there.
Vader, man.
Darth Bader. Master Bader. All right. Here, Latifi. I know, low-hanging fruit. Fuck it, whatever. So, Bader, Latifi.
Latifi.
Bader.
Latifi. I'm going Latifi as
Bader
well.
to keep his contract.
See, that's the name. It's the same name, last name from earlier, right? Not the same first name, but
Blackowitz?
the same. Yeah, it wasn't the same.
I don't think so.
No? Well, shit. Alexander Gustafsson.
That was like Berchholtz.
Was it
This is Blackowitz.
Really?
Yeah.
They were that far apart? All right.
Man, all them names look the same.
They got
to
a
me.
B and a Z.
Alexander Gustafsson is going up against Jan Blackowitz. Gustafsson?
Gustafsson.
Is it Gustafson?
Gustafson.
Gustafson. The Viking.
And then...
The Mauler, right? The Mauler.
The Mauler. Yeah. And then interesting matchup here with Andrei Arlovsky going up against Josh Barnett.
Is it really interesting?
I think it is because you're going to see Josh Barnett use his catch wrestling a lot. I don't think any...
Barnett wins.
Barnett wins.
And just to cut it, we'll just say Barnett wins.
Barnett wins.
Glass jar
For the
Arlovsky.
win. Hey, that's
Like,
bullshit. The ref was asleep.
Someone mentioned to me, they're like, well, what's he doing to train? Like, I'm like, I don't know, maybe a steel chin implant?
But does Josh Barnett knock people out?
Yeah, he's knocked people out before.
It's been a while.
It's been a while.
But I don't. I see him boa constricting him and then...
Oh, for sure.
See, but I don't know, with Arlovsky's Sambo, though, I don't know how that's going to...
Doesn't matter. Barnett just runs over there like a big net. You know, like one of those nets. You would shoot one of those out of a gun, you know, the big net. And just, you know, like what we would really expect Diaz to do to McGregor. Just go over, climb him like a tree, wait for him to fall over, and choke him out.
Backpack him.
And Damian Maya hit.
Backpack. I'm the map. You're going to be watching that soon.
Yeah.
Dora the Explorer.
Nope.
Nope. Thanks for listening. Tell your friends. Of course, find us anywhere podcasts or broadcasts. Big thanks to strongboardbalance.com and mymMMAnews.com.
That thing right there.
That thing. Stand on that. And it works out your butt.
Right now?
It works out everything.
Yeah, right now on the table. Hit the fan. Tell your friends. Please find us on Facebook at Split Decision MMA Podcast, on Instagram and Twitter at SD_MMA, and anywhere books are sold. No, that's a lie. But from the Ruloff Family Inc. Studios, it's Bueller and Dodge saying, have a good night. We'll see you at the fights.